Hey, it's Erica, and we are in this lovely garden behind a very lovely home in downtown Denver because we're here for Dr. Ivan Rusilko, who is doing house calls. He is the sexy doctor who has just written a book called The Winemaker's Dinner. It's an erotic novel that you'll want to check out, so we're going to hear a little reading from the doctor himself, sit down and speak with him. It's going to be a really great girls' night out. Check it out.
Just a little bit about myself. I'm a doctor, medical. I do osteopathic medicine, which means I basically take the holistic point of view. So I adjust necks like a chiropractor and backs, acupuncture, diet. So it's more preventative, okay? But at the same time, I do everything medicine. I do hormones. I do anti-aging to the extreme. Okay. I work at the Four Seasons in Miami Beach. We have a very unique practice. It's called the Miami Institute. We have facial plastics, body plastics, cosmetic dentists. We treat celebrities, executives. I have people flying from Hong Kong. Sexual health is such a huge issue, and I have my demographic is women. I see women every day, and everybody says I want to lose weight, I want to feel better. What it boils down to is I want to have better sex and more of it. It really does, because sex is the foundation of why do you want to look better? Why do you want to drive a Ferrari? Why do you want to? I mean, when you think about it primitively, it's about having better sex and more of it. You know, because it's a primitive animal nature. Yes, the book. We have 4 shorts coming out. This is RSVP. So we RSVP to a dinner, correct? So this is what this is. Written from a first-person perspective. This is me and Edward are both doing singles, just to kind of go along again. So this is mine, written by myself. Again, I have to try to prove myself as an author. You know what I mean? You know? It was all that girl's fault, and not in a good way. Sadly, last night was just the latest in my current stirring of dating disasters. I should have known better than to take out a chick my jackass friend and sit up with me that he met in a bar. Go figure, which has happened many times. I really should have seen this coming. And again, to the princesses, this happens a lot in Miami Beach. So, but it started out great. My date looked ridiculous in her hot short skirt, tight blue dress. God, I love short dresses. Hair down, skilly, nice tan body. She'd been rocking high heels. She stepped up and brought my hand to her lips, slowly licking my finger, and then taking it into her mouth to suck it. Fuck me. Her head fell back as she pulled her bottom of her lip between her teeth, her trademark tell that I had mastered her body perfection. Watching her piercing blue eyes as she came back into focus, I smiled as she looked at me as well. A smile crept across her face. Oof, my long-forgotten dick twitched in her hand.
So as I mentioned earlier, we are here with the very sexy Dr. Ivan Rusilko. Now Ivan has written a book called The Winemaker's Dinner. And as we learned earlier in the evening, it actually has a very strong significance to a couple of things in his life. And so now we are sitting here with the very sexy doctor on a house call.
Yes.
He seems nervous. He's giggling.
I do, actually. I'm very nervous. I mean, sit next to a beautiful woman. How can I be?
Right. I can guarantee I'm the first beautiful woman he's ever sat next to.
You're stunning, by the way.
Well, thank you.
Go on.
But Dr. Ivan, let's talk about first what made you write a book that's so intimate into the details of your life?
Well, honestly, for myself, it's all about being real. Yeah, I mean, like, there's so much fake things in the world and charades, and for myself, I'm like, I'm an open book, literally. So now I can say I'm an open book, but figuratively and literally. But it's kind of a Zen type thing. Like, I've had some beautiful relationships in the past, and they've ended in tragedy. But again, there were such romantic triumphs for myself as well. And it's kind of nice to get to write it. And I'm lucky to have met the women I've been with, and to put it on paper is special.
You know, it's interesting to me that you're so candid about your relationships, and I wonder how many women have come forward to say, hey, that was me, that's not cool. I mean, how do you finesse that, being a romantic novel artist, if you will, as far as the writing, but also having like that juxtaposition of women who are like, hey, that's not cool, you know?
True, but then again, every situation that's in the series is a real one it's a beautiful situation. It really is. I wish, like, I lived my life off of one quote, and it's, you know, don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened. I'm so appreciative. By the way, it's Dr. Seuss, I love Dr. Seuss. You know, I'm so appreciative of how I've been taught romantically by past relationships to be who I am. And I'm very comfortable with who I am, very open. And my ex-girlfriends, even though we've had, you know, trysts and triumphs and tragedies, they really shaped who I am today. And in the book, I don't put them down in any light. There's no bad situations in it, in book one. Anyway.
So there might be some book two.
There's 2 more books to come. So, all right, it can't all be puppy dogs and ice cream.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm very happy to be where I'm at. I've shared some amazing experiences with some really beautiful women, and I want to highlight that. And in the first book, it's fantastic. It really is. I mean, it's a beautiful story. It's not just like smile on paper, because I mean, I would never write that. But it's a beautiful thing, and I want to share it, you know, and hopefully my story is interesting enough for people to actually read it. But we'll see what happens.
Right.
So
So when you say you're doing research, since so much about your book has to do with very intimate experiences.
Busted, yeah.
So when you say research for the book, I mean, that has to be a little bit more of a physical angle, right?
Maybe. Kind of. You know, I mean, like for myself, I'm a very shy person, really. I've never, for me to go out to a club or a bar and really pursue a woman, I can't do it, literally. I've been set up on every single relationship I've had, which again, as, I don't know if you've listened tonight, I don't know, for some odd reason, like, I do have a lot of unique things going on, and for me to put myself out there with the possibility of a failure, for myself, mentally, I can't get over the hump. But once I get over that hump, it's a beautiful thing. Like, it's so nice to, like, totally entrust yourself to somebody. But getting there's a bitch. It really is.
Okay, so that completely dispels the myth that men have it all together and women are the insecure ones. Clearly, we both are equally insecure. Well, thank you, Dr. Ivan. We really appreciate you sitting down with us and having a very candid conversation.
Anytime.
Good luck with the book. It is the Winemaker Center, and you should pick it up at a store near you.
July 31st. Thank you so much. So,
thank you.
Nostrovia and salud.
Nostrovia.
Cheers.
Cheers.